think we can safely lift that up. You can see the whole thing then. Okay, so let's see if we get any viewers. Bailey, come. You gonna lay down? Right. Multi-stream. Nothing on multi-stream. Let's check the streams. Should be live on X. Hopefully. Not showing up. What are you? Not showing up. Oh, Bailey, you've got hold of a bottle. It's going to be noisy. Had to choose now, didn't he? Certainly had to choose now to be noisy. Hangout. For some reason. Hey, Steve. You can see and hear me. Awesome. Good to know. Bailey's got a bottle out of the bag and he's chewing on that, so that might get a little bit noisy. Yeah, it's going to get noisy. Hold on. Put it in there. Hopefully that'll solve the problem. Right, let me get this off the back of the chair. Oh, you brought it back in. God. Hold on. Come on. Thank you. Oh, that's going to make me chase him around now. Oh well, okay. He's got toys, but he decides he wants to pick a bottle out of the bag and just start on that. He's not doing anything right now, so hopefully he won't make too much noise. Because that would be nice. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I've adjusted the gain, so I hope it's not too loud. The only drawback is you're going to get the dog chewing a damn thing. Yeah, that's not going to help. It's not going to make any difference. I can't adjust this suppression enough. I think the gain, I'm going to turn the gain down a little bit, but it's not going to make a huge difference. Yeah, all adds to the atmosphere, yeah, that's right. Although people will find it annoying when that happens. He's been quiet all day, hasn't wanted to play, he's been asleep, or he wanted to go to the toilet, that's it. And now I sit down and make this, he wants to start making noise. Pain in the arse. There you go. He's underneath the chair now, so it's going to be even worse. It's all good. Honestly, I don't know. Well, I've had him a week, so first time he's actually done something like that. Surprised. But yeah. I don't know. Just a hangout, guys. Just a hangout. I don't know why I can't get this to work on Rumble for some reason. Can I do that? Hold on. No, I can't do anything whilst I'm streaming. Oh well. I guess it's gonna have to be like that. Unless I can actually. Can I? No. That is a shame. I had a static stream key set up as well, but for some reason it's vanished from the settings. So I'll just I'll have to end it on Rumble. Absolute pain. But we are live on YouTube and X, which is good. Keyframe rate again, really? I don't get it. Why does it do that? Every time I change, every time I change it or make just edit it a bit to try and get the settings fixed, it shows up fine, and then all of a sudden you start getting fucking errors. It's annoying. Absolutely annoying. I don't know. We'll solve a problem at some point. It is a shame that I can't get onto let's see, it's not even the Rumble setup isn't even on there. Did I forget to do it before? Can't change these settings whilst live. That's a shame. I don't want to shut off the live. And then start again. Just have to put up with it. Why is it always Rumble? Why is it always Rumble? It's annoying. Shit happens. It's laying down now. Being quiet. So, Steve, how you been? I've missed a couple of your streams, unfortunately. How did Tomb Raider go earlier? I haven't watched that yet. Hopefully it went okay. Wouldn't be Tomb Raider without a bloody game! But yeah, Streamlabs is partnering with Throne. Fine, good. I only swore a couple of times. Did you get very far or did you give up? Like last time. Got it. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Sorry, buddy. Not giving up. Good. Good. It's always good to see. You shouldn't give up on too much. But yeah. Well, there's not much to talk about. I did finish watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, which actually I enjoyed it. I think it's quite good. It's only like half the show. I think there's another set of episodes to come. I hate when Netflix does that. It's really annoying. They've release half the series, and then you have to wait for the other half. It's just ridiculous. It's either that or they filmed 2 seasons already. I don't know. And I watched yesterday's episode of Halo, episode 4. It's much better than the previous episodes, I'll tell you that. There's a lot more fighting involved. It's more like Halo. Although Master Chief isn't in his armor for the whole bloody episode. And when he finally gets back to Reach to get his equipment and get his armor's been taken by the higher ups who have evacuated. It's ridiculous. He shouldn't have left the facility in the first place, right? But it felt a lot better. Still not good for Halo, because obviously if Master Chief is not in his armor, then it's not really Halo, right? But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's certainly better. Certainly better. interesting how X is stuck in a buffering mode. That's weird. You fix problems and then other problems arise. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, there we go. Maybe it was just the start of it. Maybe it's just X. I mean, X wasn't originally set up for live streams, was it? Or long form videos. Bailey! Now one of the cats is under the chair, so Bailey won't come near me now. No. YouTube is now saying excellent connection. No errors. So is that saying that something... That's weird. Let me open X again. I want to see if it's because I had another page open. Bailey! Maybe it's because I had another page open, or... I don't know. Yes, we'll see. Oh. Bailey! She's gone now, so... He went off into the kitchen and started whining because he couldn't get to me. Little sod. There we go. Right. Looks okay. Huh. Maybe it's just this setup of the connection takes longer. Maybe that's why it says why it had an error before. And now it says excellent connection. Really? It's odd. 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 Bailey. If I let him out, he'll just carry on. He'll just bark again. Bailey, come here. What's wrong with you? Huh? But yeah. Oh, I haven't done the link in the chat, have I? Let's find that link. Where did I save it to? There we go. Copy. Ooh. Pin it to the top. Right. That'll help. Okay. I'm doing a pretty long stream tomorrow. I plan to do the Star Trek watch party anyway. I just wasn't sure when I was going to do it, and when Jay did that stream yesterday, I thought to myself, well, sod it, I'll do it. So I set it up for tomorrow. I'm going to watch the first 4 Star Trek movies, from the motion picture to The Voyage Home, which could be good, could be interesting. We shall see. Weird. But yeah, we'll crack on. So I think there's some stuff in news at the moment that's might be worth a look at. Whichever ones are available on Paramount Plus. So I'd say the theatrical. But Paramount did actually get them, remaster them, didn't he? So I don't know which ones. But I'm assuming that Paramount Plus wouldn't have the extended versions. But I'll check. If the extended version is available, I'll definitely use that. Typical. Typical. They really need to work on Paramount Plus's setup, especially through Prime. Yeah, I think it's just the theatrical version. They don't have the extended editions on Paramount Plus or Prime. So when you're saying that, the movies aren't available on Netflix, are they? They were removed. I think it's just TV shows that are still available on Prime on Netflix, aren't they? Yeah, I think it's just the. All right, Bay. All right. Yeah, it's just the shows that are available on Netflix, which I might do a long form live for those for the shows as well. At some point, start with TOS. I've deleted my other channels. I had a Star Wars channel, Star Trek channel, and a action channel. I just decided that I'll get rid of all of them and just keep this one channel and just do everything on here. It's gonna be sci-fi oriented, but I'll do other things as well. Because I wasn't really doing anything with the others because there's no Star Trek at the moment to do anything with, except for existing ones. There's no Star Wars at the moment, so I'll just throw it all on one channel like I did at the start. I do have Star Wars and Star Trek videos on this channel, but not many. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I think I think there was a little bit of news. Right. One Love still shining. Minutes ago, Netflix buys Oscar-nominated documentary To Kill a Tiger. Fantastic Four star Eben Moss Backrack. Backrack's thing will be motion capture, not a suit. Well, that's interesting. Let's get this up for you guys to see. Interesting. No, I've still got settings open. Right, window capture. There we go. There we go. All right. I can see it in the background. Let's resize. Bailey! Probably one of the cats. Bailey! Or maybe not Bailey. Maybe it's Nugget. Okay, so let's have a look at this article. This is from yesterday? No, today. Oh, so it's from today, 11 this morning. Okay, so Fantastic Four star Ebon Moss Backrack's thing will be motion capture, not a suit. That's a little cosplay and amateur now. I'd agree with that. We'll set that reference actually. Ebon Moss Backrack took to Jimmy Kimmel Live to talk about his recent casting in Marvel's upcoming The Fantastic Bailey. Why does it have to do it when I'm live? Oh, Bailey! Marvel's upcoming Fantastic Four film, revealing that his character Ben Grimm, aka the Thing, will be created using motion capture rather than physical suit. I would have thought it would be CGI, right? Not physical, not a suit or anything. It would just be CGI, right? You would have thought. In the past, I think they've done a suit. Michael Chiklis wore a suit that apparently was really uncomfortable. Bailey! I'm not letting you out just so you can chase a cat out. That's it. Come here. Right. Apparently was really uncomfortable. And it's kind of... We're past that. Moss Backrack said it's a little kind of cosplay, kind of amateur, that kind of stuff. Now with the technology we have, well, yeah, obviously. Well, there's the interview. Kimmel also pressed Moss Backrack to confirm if the recent teaser poster released by Marvel, which unveiled Pedro Pascal and Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, aka the Invisible Woman, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch, and Moss Backrack as the Thing, meant that the film would be set in the 60s. To fans' disappointment, Moss Backrack only quipped that the poster did in fact look like it was 60s themed. That image does seem to be 60s themed. Well, yeah. Yep, that's the image that they're talking about. It does look a lot like the 60s. Bailey. Though plot details remain scarce in the comics, the Fantastic Four are astronauts who are remade into superheroes after they're exposed to cosmic rays in space. Reed gains the ability to stretch his body to astonishing lengths. Sue, Reed's girlfriend and eventual wife, can manipulate light to become invisible and cast powerful force fields. Johnny, Sue's brother, can turn his body into fire, allowing him to fly, and Ben, Reed's best friend, is transformed into a giant with orange boulders for a body, giving him super strength. Well, we know this. I mean, he's just saying stuff that we know, right? We know that because that's the Fantastic Four. There's nothing new there at all. Matt Shakman, WandaVision, Monarch, Legacy of Monsters will direct Fantastic Four from a screenplay written by Josh Friedman, Jeff Kaplan, and Ian Springer. The Fantastic Four is set to release in theatres July 25th, 2025. I think that's supposed to be the year. I don't think they would have a specific date at this point in time, would they? To be honest. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to read too much more into all that, but there's nothing new there, right? It all just seems normal. This is stuff that we know already, right? As far as I know. No, he didn't raise all of it, but he raised quite a bit. He raised over 500, so he's not far off. Which is good. So he's getting there. He's getting there. So yeah. It's just one of those things. It's something he really wants to do. So I mean, it's fair enough, right? Fair enough. My Bailey's now laying down by my leg, so hopefully that means he's going to quieten down for a bit, which will be good. And I hope the sound is still going good and on the stream. It's a shame I couldn't get onto Rumble. I guess when I had to do that thing to reset, I guess that caused the problem when I had to reset to update Streamlabs itself. Must have caused the issue. Just like it won't let me sign in, so I can't chat directly. I can't type directly in the chat on the side of the screen, but I have to go to YouTube to do it. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, it is pretty cool. We'll see how it goes. But yeah. I mean, that article didn't show much that we didn't know already. I mean, apart from them saying, "Oh, it's going to be stop action. It's not going to be a suit or CGI." It's like, well, why are they even bothering with that? It doesn't make any sense. Why would they use stop motion capture for Ben Grimm or the thing? I just don't get it. It's going back in time, right? It's going backwards. There's no point. I don't know. It's ridiculous, in my opinion. I just don't get why they're doing it. It's... I don't know. It's such a bad idea. And it's going to look terrible, right? Compared to CGI. Or a suit. Oh, they don't want to be uncomfortable in the suit. Who cares what they want? Give us some good bloody Marvel, and make us happy. Not stop motion, motion capture. The suit with all the dots on. Well, that's how they would CGI it anyway, isn't it? They'd put them in that suit. I forgot what he even said. What did he say? Yeah, motion capture. Yeah, I might have got a bit mixed up with the motion capture difference, but it's the same basic thing. It's going backwards, right? I mean, motion capture would have been the same thing as using CGI. You just the computer tells the dots what part of the image moves at that point, right? The dots tell the computer that. I don't know. But the way he was saying it, it was like he didn't know the difference. I don't. It's like, yeah, it's okay for something like maybe, I don't know, Planet of the Apes. They use stop motion, right? Sorry, motion capture. Motion capture. Yeah, I corrected myself. Motion capture. So they used motion capture in Planet of the Apes, unlike the original where they used masks and suits. It's progression, right? But the fact that they're going, this guy says they're going to use motion capture as opposed to CGI. It's like, well, it's the same bloody thing, right? You use the motion capture and the CGI is put over the top. But it's just like they don't. He doesn't realize what it is. I mean, he was wearing that suit though. Why he was wearing the motion capture suit, so he would have known what it was doing, surely. Or was he just being ignorant and just filming his scenes without it? Or have they even started filming yet? You'd hope so, if it's coming out in July next year. It wouldn't give them a long time, would it? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're a few months into filming, to be honest. Weird. We'll see what happens. I've got no faith in it. I've seen some stuff that people are saying about The Last Airbender, saying it's not a faithful adaptation. It's actually the most faithful adaptation of a cartoon that I've actually seen in a long time. They cut a lot of parts out, like there should have been a training montage where Aang should have been able to learn how to bend water, but he didn't even learn how to bend water. He was just bending air. The whole point is that he's the Avatar, right? He's got to learn all bending techniques. But he hasn't even bothered to learn how to bend water, and that's the first element beyond the air element that he already knew. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. This is just a hangout, guys. It's just nothing specific planned for this. But we'll see how this goes. But I've got stuff set up. I mean, I've got a clock set up, so whenever I turn this on, it'll start counting. That's set up for tomorrow. It's actually in a wrong position. It should be up there. And stuffing your face with rice. Fair enough. So yeah, that's set up for tomorrow. Bailey. Next door. Bailey. Bailey. Next door just opened and closed their door. Bailey, come here. To be fair, it's the first time he's barked. This is the first night he's actually barked. He's given a little bark now and then to let me know that he wanted to go to the toilet, to let him out. But other than that, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's see if there's anything else. Let's have a look on Deadline. Is there anything on Deadline? Ryan Murphy reveals. No. Let's have a look. Silent Festival, American Fiction. Let's make that small. Let's do it with my head in. Yeah. Boy, it's just noise. Foundation replaces line producer. Brings Skydance EP to set ahead of season 3 production restart. Production restart. So they're restarting production on season 3. Interesting. Not that I haven't watched all of Foundation. I'll probably watch that again. At some point. McDonald's plans anime version of its restaurant in LA will offer new anime shorts and manga. Okay. I guess. If you think it'll work. No. Nothing too. I'm just going by what's new, what's on the latest news section. Emma Stone shocked by how many agents you have to talk to as Poor Things producer. Really? Okie dokie. What's next? Next on the list is Hollywood Reporter. Oh, they've got one for Foundation as well. Foundation shake-up. David S. Goya steps down as showrunner amid budget clash. So basically what? He asked for more money and they said no, so he quit. Fair enough, I guess. Rambling round up Ridley Scott's very expensive Roman holiday. That Gladiator 2, I suppose. Box office Bob Marley, One Love still rocking at number 1. Okay. I don't know what they mean by the restart. I mean, I reckon, yeah, it's got to be a restart of filming, surely, because if he stepped down because of budgeting issues, maybe he asked for more money, like I said, and then they said no, so he stepped down, and then they've brought in someone else. So if someone else is coming in, maybe that person has seen what he's filmed and thought, nah, we're going to restart. Because it's a new showrunner, so the showrunner quit and they got a new one, so it makes more sense if the new showrunner has just decided to go in a different direction to what he went in the first place. He's just a headlines guy. I'm not reading the articles, so don't worry. You're not missing anything. As Coyote versus Acme hangs in the balance, Warner Bros. Discovery takes a $115 million write-down on mystery projects. Vin Diesel moving forward with next Fast installment. Who cares? Naruto movie in the works with Destin Daniel. Is it Destin or Deslin? They use that weird format. You can't see the T. You can't see the cross on the T. It's got to be Destin Daniel Cretton writing and directing. Exclusive. Naruto. Avatar The Last Airbender talks top secret casting process, stories left behind, and series gameplay. Series gameplay. Interesting words. Interesting words to use. Series replay. Gameplay. Oogie dogie. Like I said, they're just the headlines. I'm just reading the headlines, that's all. Most popular, Tyler Perry puts $800 million studio expansion on hold after seeing OpenAI's Sora. Jobs are going to be lost. Oh dear. Margot Robbie recalls the fight, the final line of Barbie. The Fantastic Four cast already has a group chat, really. Killers of the Flower Moon production designer reveals crew actually destroyed a house for explosive scene. Fair enough. Movie news: Matty Diop Doc Dahomey wins Berlin Golden Bear. All right. The world's top custom design schools 2024. If you want to go to the school of design, I guess. But Marley's rocking at number 1. Madame Web and Drive Away spin out. They are a complete flop, apparently. But did we know that? Do we care? Nah. I don't think there's any reason to care. Let's have a look at the Nielsen top 10. Let's have a look. Nielsen top 10. Right, number 10. Fool Me Once. On Netflix, 669 million minutes watched. 8 episodes. American Nightmare 2024, number 9. 676 million minutes watched. 3 episodes. Interesting. Number 1 is Griselda with 1.5 billion minutes watched. Can't believe Bluey's still getting watch minutes. It's number 2. 1.2 billion views or minutes. No real big ones there. That's obviously streaming. Originals, that's overall. So originals. Griselda is again there again. Acquired. Bluey on Disney Plus. Is that acquired? Movies. The Hill, number 1. Netflix. Okay. Start hoping. How are you been, Grace? How you doing, buddy? There's not really been much. Except Foundation Season 3, the showrunner has left and they've got a new showrunner and they're doing a restart, which is assuming that I'm assuming that he's restarting the entire season. So they're going to do reshoot everything again, however far they got along. Apparently there was a budgeting issue and the showrunner quit or got sacked, one or the other. Either way, it's not a good sign, right? Which is a shame. Real shame. I don't know how long this stream's going to go on for because I've got a long stream planned for tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it'll go okay. Going to be watching the first 4 Star Trek movies. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it'll work. Hopefully I can last that long. We shall see. Oh, you couldn't comment. Why couldn't you comment, Grace? Well, in a nutshell, it was long. 17 plus hours. I think it was, I can't remember what time it was. I think it was 6 o'clock, around 6 o'clock or something along those lines. I dropped in to take part. I was pretty much there the whole time. I did watch Steve's Tomb Raider stream yesterday, so I missed the one today though. He managed to get pretty much most of it. He was driving. Okay, cool. It's a good excuse. See, I've got something here. Let's see. The Jay should have had this set up. So this clock, this is set up for tomorrow because I know that if people are watching, then they want to watch the film at the same time. So this, that, there. It'd be easy for someone to track if they were watching at the same time. Fairway. 4 in the middle of his backswing. 4. Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah. He missed Bailey grabbing hold of a Coke bottle. I'll give it back to him once the stream's over because, like I say, it's the first thing he's picked up to play with. It's a Coke bottle. It just happened to be whilst I started a live. So, nuisance, but cool. So, Wind Grace, you're a golfer, are you? Fair play. Last time I tried to play golf, when I took a swing, I took half the fairway with me. The groundskeeper was not happy with me, so I never went back. But yeah, I just thought I'd do something for fun. Like I said, I was planning on doing a Star Trek video, a Star Trek one soon anyway, so might as well make a day of it. If anyone comes along and joins, then that's fine, no problem. If anyone wants to pop in and say hi, they're very welcome to. I can send them a link easily. I haven't even watched it. I haven't watched it, trailer. Shall I watch it now and take a look? Yeah, I'll watch it now. I'll see. I'll find it. I'll watch it now. I'll watch it through IMDb. I think that might be best. But I haven't watched it yet. Let's see if it's available. I bet it's not going to be here, is it? It's not going to be on here. Going to have to be YouTube, isn't it? Yeah, it's not on IMDb, so it's going to have to be YouTube. Let's have a look. I think I've got Paramount in my subscribed list. Have I got Paramount on here? Huh. No, I haven't. Interesting. I would have thought it'd be on Paramount, wouldn't it? Paramount Plus trailers. There we go. Oh, look. Official Paramount Plus trailer. Hopefully that's still paused. Is it only 1 minute 31 seconds? It's not much of a trailer then, is it? This one was released. This one was uploaded 1 day ago, so. So this one's quite new, like a Star Trek pop-up video. Yeah. All right, let's shrink me down to size, so to speak. Under capture. Okay. Oh, best make it visible, eh? Full screen. Let's have a look.
It has been a hell of a journey. But everything ends someday.
The Discovery is my home. answers together.
Being a part of a crew, being where you need to be, when you need to be, that's Starfleet.
Yeah, Tilly's lost a little bit of weight. Not much, a little, but that might have something to do with the fact that she had a baby.
The greatest
April 1st, 4th.
is out there. It's more important than you can imagine.
We're on a search for one of the greatest powers ever known.
It could be very dangerous in the wrong hands. This clue is the most important thing. We have to keep it safe.
Let's fly. My crew, the family I found in Starfleet, we made a pretty good team.
Thank God for that. Well, it was never going to end. Oh look, there's my stream. See, that's the line I can't get rid of. Every time I do something, it will go away, then it will come back, and there's nothing I can do to stop it from happening. Nothing. Pain in the ass. Anyway. Yeah, I can't accept the 23rd century. The 32nd century is terrible. It's very short. It's not much of a trailer. That's a teaser. That's not a trailer. No, it's an alternate timeline. Our timeline. It's an alternate timeline. It has to be, right? It can't be the same timeline. Even Strange New Worlds is off. This is wrong. Different universe altogether. This is just far past of the Andromeda universe. Oh, it'd be nice to see Alexa Doig as Romy, wouldn't it? I like Alexa. I like Alexa. But yeah, we'll see how things go. It's odd. Paul Wesley seems convinced he's getting a spin-off, so it's definitely alternate. Yeah, it has to be alternate, right? They should never have messed around with the timeline at all before they made Discovery. They should have sorted out the visual aesthetic, the canon. Hell, the writers, for crying out loud. It's just been terrible. Discovery has been terrible. I mean, the two-part pilot episode, that could have been a generic sci-fi movie, and it would have been a lot better if they had just changed. You know, the Klingons looked like they could have been any generic alien from anywhere, right? The ships, all they had to do was make a few changes to the ship designs, to the ship models, and they would have looked completely different. It's not Star Trek. It's not prime timeline, even though they like to say it's prime timeline, but it's before Kirk. Right. So it's gonna be shit then. I mean, I didn't even. I don't even think anyone in that show ever watched Star Trek at all. Not once. Was it JJ? Even when JJ made a Star Trek movie, I think he was quoted as saying that he's never seen a Star Trek movie, and I don't think he's even seen a Star Wars movie, has he? Before, you know, it's just ridiculous. Not before, anyway. So there was a meme. It said that writers, showrunners, and directors and producers that they need to go back and watch the sword and read the source material and shows and movies and everything, just so they make sure they get things right. Yeah, he said he was a Star Wars fan, and then at one point after that, sometime he said that he hasn't even watched Star Wars. He watched, I think he said like he watched one Star Wars movie, if I remember correctly. So what I think is JJ wanted to make a Star Wars movie, not a Star Trek movie. That's why 2009 Star Trek was so bad in comparison with Star Trek. It could have been anything. It didn't. If they didn't have Star Trek on the title, it would have been it could have been accepted in a different way. And the fact that Kurtzman worked with JJ on the Kelvin timeline, didn't he? So that's why we got Discovery in that the way we have now, because he's taken everything from the work he knew. He wasn't checking the source material itself. He was going by what he knew of Star Trek, which was nothing, because he worked with JJ, didn't he? I don't think he worked with JJ. Sure it was. Right, it doesn't matter. Discovery's over this year, so we're not going to get any more Discovery. One of the concerns is that we're going to get Starfleet Academy. Yeah. Not familiar with the prequel trilogy. He's been a fan of the original trilogy since his childhood. Okay. Watched a stream full of people the other day saying Burnham is the worst thing to happen to Trek, and that Shatner is objectively the worst version of Kirk. Shatner is Kirk, though, right? So anyone who tries to copy Shatner's Kirk is the one that is the worst. Are the ones that are worse. I mean, the Kirk that we've got now in Strange New Worlds is terrible. He's not Kirk. He's someone. He's different. I bet they were blue headland whales. Oh yeah, probably. Yeah. I certainly think that's most likely the case. Well, we'll see. We'll see how things go. But the fact that they're going ahead with Academy when all everyone wants is legacy, right? Bunch of early 20s. So probably people that have never actually watched the originals and they're looking at it through modern eyes, which means, oh, there's not enough of the message involved. That was ridiculous. They probably never actually sat down and watched Kirk, Shatner's Kirk. They probably seen the movies, not the TOS. If they, actually no, if they watch TOS, then yeah, I can understand where they're coming from because by today's standards, it's not terrible, but oh, it's going to be the 32nd century. It's going to be directly after Discovery ends, isn't it? It's going to be that's it. There was the petition that got over 50,000 signatures for Legacy. Were there any such petitions for Academy and Section 31? Maybe petition to not make it. Well, the Section 31, people like Michelle Yeoh as Giorgio, right? So I would like to see Section 31 as a movie. But Academy, I'm not interested in it. But the reason why I'm not worried about Section 31, why I would like to see it, is because yeah, I liked Philippa Georgiou. I thought the character in the show later on in the show, not the beginning of the show, but I thought the character was well written, and I thought Michelle Yeoh did a very good job, and she's very popular, very popular actress or actress. But Academy, no one's interested because no one's interested in Discovery. If anyone was interested in Discovery in that era, then Discovery would be getting another 2 seasons, right? At least. Actress. Honestly, I want them to make Academy because if they don't, we'll have to hear about them wanting to make it. Yeah, but they're going to end up talking about. They're going to do exactly the same thing if they don't make um, Legacy. Then they're going to just sort about. Oh no, we wanted to make Legacy, but Paramount said no. It's like, well, it's not Paramount saying no. Paramount want it because they want. Well, Paramount do want it. The problem is Kurtzman and him being involved. His simple involvement has been the worst thing for Star Trek in modern days. Yeah, for another 40 years. I did get the idea of what you were saying. I just wanted to read it out. I don't need to read it out because it's here right in front of us. I don't need to do it. Kurtzman has such a punchable face. Yeah, he does. He has a shootable face. I wouldn't condone violence, but I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be upset. I'd be upset if I got the blame for it, considering that I'm thousands of miles away. Yeah, I agree with that win, Grace. It's a pretty close second. I need to adjust the colour of the chat box. Can I do that whilst I'm live? Where's the colour? Browser settings, custom code. I'll increase the size a little bit. Text colour. I can't do it. I can't change it. That's a shame. Yeah, but yeah, I agree with the Patrick Stewart thing. I mean, Grace. I mean, it is a close second. It's annoying to be. It's annoying to agree with that sentiment, that comment, but he may have played Picard for 7 years in the show and 4 movies. Did he play Picard for 4 movies? And then, well, 10 seasons, isn't it? It's 10 seasons and 4 movies. Was it 4 movies? Is it 4 movies? I think it is. Is it 4 movies? Generations, First Contacts, Insurrection, Nemesis. Yeah, 4 movies. I mean, think about it this way. We've already had a Star Trek Academy movie. Or movies. The motion picture was filled with cadets. The Enterprise was filled with cadets. The Wrath of Khan, the ship was filled with cadets. So we've basically had an Academy show already. It was just the entire crew of the Enterprise was basically cadets. None of these movies have frat parties and breaking up in the hallways. No, they wouldn't, because it's a military academy aesthetically, isn't it? It's literally an academy. So they wouldn't have frat parties. They're not a university or a college, so it wouldn't be the same. J.J. Abrams' first Star Trek film was an Academy flick too. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And all the cadets were too old to be cadets. They should have been mid-ranking officers by their age that they were. No, they will in the show. Oh yeah. What the fuck? There's a ghost. Had a ghost. A little fly or a moth or something. Probably a moth. Hopefully it's a moth. Kurtzman's Academy show will be like Animal House. I liked Animal House back in the day. I did. When I was younger, I liked Animal House. I can't watch it now because I think it's stupid now. It's silly, but I mean, back when I was younger, I loved it. But anything Kurtzman's involved in, probably not going to be any good anyway. Judging from what we've had, I mean, the reason Picard season 3 was any good was because of Terry Matalas, right? Because Kurtzman had to step away and was dealing with other things, wasn't he? And that's what Paramount were trying to do, to try and get Terry Matalas to start work on what was it? I think it was Legacy. I think they were going to start doing Legacy behind Kurtzman's back, if I remember correctly. Or they were going to try and get Terry Matalas to do something along those lines. Maybe get him to do some of Academy. Because I mean, that's the only way it can be any better than anything we've got, right? Is if Terry Matalas is taken on board and done it and does it. Just want to start a Starfleet baby series with animated Muppet versions of the original series crew. Well, we got some references to the animated series in Lower Decks, didn't we? They used the original animated image of Kirk, Spock, the giant Spock from Spock and Mock. Was it Spock and Mock? Is that the one? Is that the one where Spock copied and made giant? I think it's Spock and Mock. And they had aliens that were only ever shown in the series as well. So, I mean, Lower Decks is probably the better when it comes to canon. Strange New Worlds is probably the best live action that we have right now. sort of Strange New Worlds. Picard was okay, but season 3 was far better than the previous 2 seasons. Well, at least in season 3 we had a story finish, whereas the previous 2 seasons the story didn't finish. In season 1, at the end of season 1 of Picard, those alien robot tentacle things know where they are, know the location of that planet, right? So where are they? What happened to the people the androids on the planet? Now we know that the ban on synthetics was lifted, so we know that they'll be protected now by Starfleet. But we don't know what's happened. I mean, those Romulans would still be after them, right? They still want to destroy them because they are synthetic life. Which kind of makes me curious, because how can the Romulans be so advanced if they hate technology? What else? Season 2, we have the ending, Borgarati. She's there protecting the galaxy from a newly opened trans-warp conduit. Which is enormous, which means it's big enough for something even bigger than her ship to come through. So, both the first and second season of Picard, they had big endings, but no payoff. So we didn't have nothing after that, and season 1 and 2, they were overwritten. Exactly. But I mean, it would have been nice to have some reference to each of the seasons, because that's what you'd normally have. Especially in a modern show, you'd have a reference to something that's happened before in that show. But there's nothing. There was no mention of... They didn't even mention Borgarati. You know? Which is stupid. So they get rid of Borgarati, but we keep Raffi. I mean, Raffi is not exactly the best character, right? And then you got Raffi and 7 of 9. They had a relationship. It's like, really? Who the fuck cares? Right? For a start, the first officer would not have been allowed to have a relationship with the captain. For a start. They wouldn't have been allowed to be serving on the same ship, yet alone the same sector. Yeah, a throwaway line. Yeah. Easily missed. Yeah, nice Borgs. Nice Borgs. Yeah, but 7 of 9 was a nice Borg. That's the that he's not actually talking about Borgarati. He's talking about 7 of 9. And the ones that were assimilated and, unassimilated. So basically, he's basically taken a stab at both Picard and 7 of 9 in that reference, right? He's not talking about Borgarati. No, he was talking about the 2 former Borg at the table. Because he had personal issues with the Borg themselves. He may have been talking about the Borg from season 2, but you wouldn't realise it. And by the way, I am going to watch the shows as well, so I'm going to go through the shows in order. I'm going to start with TOS, and then I'm going to go with The Next Generation and blah blah, so on and so forth. DS9 is going to be difficult for me because it's not my favourite. A lot of people say like it as their favourite. So yeah, it's probably the best one for action because it's got a lot of battle scenes with fleets of ships fighting. But other than that, for me, it didn't pick up until that point, until the actual war started. All the way across the quadrant. How long does it take for them to travel from one side of the quadrant to another? That civilian ship, the La Serena, How long did that take to go from one part of the galaxy to another, or one part of the sector to the other? Didn't take long. A few days, maybe. So it's not far. I mean, how long did it take for the Titan to get from the point where Picard boarded to that nebula? I can't remember what they said, but it didn't take long. One of the highlights for me when it comes to Deep Space Nine was when I know you probably don't like it, but when Jadzia died and we ended up and we got Esri Dax is nice. I like Esri Dax. I said Ezra there because we've got Ezra in bloody Star Wars now, haven't we? Esri Dax. Exactly, Wingrace. Meanwhile, anytime they are at Earth, the Enterprise is the only ship in range. It's coincidence, isn't it? I mean, would I suppose in the movies it would make more sense because in the movies they can explain it. They can say, well, after a long mission, the Enterprise is returning to Earth space dock for a refit or resupply and stuff like that. But they don't do it. I mean, you would have smaller patrol craft closer to Earth, wouldn't you? You'd have the older stuff, have the refitted Mirandas and stuff. You have them nearby, but the larger ships that are the newer ships, they would be the ones further away, right? So you wouldn't expect it. In Star Trek 6, Kirk talks about being over 1,000 light years from Starfleet Command. That would have taken them over a year to get there, probably much longer at 23rd century warp speeds. Yes, because the warp speeds changed from the TMP era to Next Generation, didn't they? So the ships in the Next Generation at warp speed are actually going faster than the ones from the TOS or movie era, right? Because I can't remember what they changed it to, but I mean in TNG, what are the ships doing? I mean, what's the absolute max speed of the Galaxy class? Was it 9 point something? I can't remember what the point was. At 9, it could go warp 9 for a very short amount of time, but then it would have to stop. It'd have to cool down, right? I think warp 9 was its top speed, wasn't it? Warp 9 point something. I know the Voyager had a maximum speed of 9.975 for a short time, a few hours, I think it was. Yeah. I already said that. Yeah, 9.7 are probably, and that was like with Voyager. Not Voyager going 9.975 for a few hours before it has to cool down. Otherwise, it will breach. Same with the Galaxy class. With the Galaxy class, it would have been 9.7. Although, if I remember correctly, did Geordie not uprate it to 9.8? I think Geordie upgraded it so it was capable of 9.8. I think. They implemented the warp 7 limit until they implemented the warp 7. Yeah. Anything warp 7, anything above warp 7 is, I guess it's an emergency speed, I suppose. I think in the 23rd century they generally maxed at about warp 8. Yeah, they probably got to warp 8. I think the Enterprise, the TOS Enterprise could do warp 8. I think that was its top speed. So the TMP one, although it was a refit, I don't think it could do more. I think the engines in the TMP era for the refit, I think they became more, what's the word I'm thinking of? Economic, I suppose. Use less fuel or something. Galaxy was 9.6. Then they buffered up to 9.7, and it went to 9.7 because Geordie's upgrades on the Enterprise, wasn't it? But again, in 23rd century standards, Warp 8 would have been a lot slower than Warp 8 in TNG. I really can't remember the change that happened to increase the speed in TNG. But anyway. I've forgotten a lot of things about Star Trek. I really should read up on it again. Yeah, exactly. All of this is pointless since they can just spore around. It's like I'm going to go for a spin and drop in on someone. I'm going to hide myself in a cave deep underneath the surface of Kronos. Oh dear, they've done that before. Kind of defeats the purpose on future having transwarp or quantum warp, isn't it? So it's just ridiculous. Well, quantum warp. Where did I get that from? A bit of Babylon 5 must have got in there because I said I may have thought about quantum space. You know, in Babylon 5, they travel through hyperspace, and then for the final episode of Babylon 5, they're traveling through quantum space. Quantum slipstream was Voyager, yeah, that's true. The Orville has quantum drive, yeah. That's true. So any one of those could have dropped in there in my mind whilst I was thinking there. But I do hope we get some more Orville. That would be nice. I'd like that. Quantum slipstream drive. That was the I can't remember what the name of the ship is now for some reason. Bond has quantum of solace. Yeah, that's true. Terrible, but true. Terrible, but true. We'll get all. Yeah, we will get Orville in some manner, but it'll be a long time. I wouldn't say that. Maybe we might hear something positive next year. Although it's Seth MacFarlane that's the main problem, isn't it? Because he's a very busy man. Will be. Yeah. We'll be in the Orville timeline by the time the next season starts. Oh, from like 3 years. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Well, I mean, as far as us being in the Orville timeline, do all of our tallest buildings have gardens on top and trees growing out of the top of them? No. Do we all have little pods that fly around and park up on a platform or on the edge of a platform? What if that fails and falls to the ground? Maybe they're just like taxi stuff. They only come when you want them. Maybe they're like the future Teslas. You have like a button by your door. You press it, and one of these things floats up to your window. Then you get in and tell it where you want to go. I mean, we are going that way. If Elon has his way, I mean, that's what's going to happen. Something along those lines. But he can't even make wireless broadband affordable. Oh dear, it's terrible. Still want another episode where they come across Elon's Tesla floating through space. That would actually be pretty good. It would be good to see that. A silly idiot for taking a car, launching a car into space. What an idiot, Well, I'm not calling him an idiot. I mean, it's a silly thing to do. It's a stupid thing to do, really. I mean, we've got enough debris floating around up there already, if you think about it. And then he sends a car up there, which is just an electrified Lotus, right? Oh no, that was the Vauxhall. Sorry, that was the Vauxhall. I think it was the Vauxhall. Was that the Vauxhall or the Lotus? Because he converted both of them, didn't he? He converted the Vauxhall and he converted the Lotus. Is it an Elise that he converted, and that weird Vauxhall Roadster thingy that that they built? That wasn't particularly any good. Huh. No idea. No. Yeah, we'll probably look it up. It's Tesla Roadster. The Roadster payload. His personal Midnight Cherry Tesla Roadster. But it's not saying what it was, because it's not. At that point, they weren't building the cars, they were modifying cars, weren't they? I'm sure it was. 2010 Roadster is personal. Blah, blah, blah. I can't remember. You bet Elon has his own version of the Condor car from Condor Man. Probably. Probably. You never know, do you? Who knows? Elon might even see this stream. Nah, I doubt it. I doubt it. I seriously doubt that. And then a chat comes in from Elon saying, I am actually. That would be hilarious and embarrassing. I love what you're doing at SpaceX, Elon. Really. Just, why'd you have to blow up so many bloody things? Hi, I'm Elon Musk. I love your streams. I wish someone like that would. And I love how you actually went over to 2X to do that. Jesus. Steve, you crack me up sometimes, you really do. No, never be in the same room as Elon. No way. I've never been in the same room as Elon, and I wouldn't. I never will. Unless I go to one of his interviews and be in the audience. Then I'd be in the same room. Well, let's see how the stream's going. It's still going. Still going. Well, I mean, on X it's buffering quite a lot. Yeah. Ugh. Never seen you in this. No. Have you ever been in the same room as Elon? Is Archmage Frey Elon Musk? Oh dear. Well, it's hour and 33 minutes, so I think we're gonna have to call it here. I must ask you to keep my secret. Musk. Nice. I like the way you said that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to call it there, guys. And got to sort things out and get ready for tomorrow's stream because I'm starting at 10 o'clock, I think. I'm starting at 10. I think it's 10 o'clock in the morning. So yeah. Yeah, send me £1 million and you got a deal as well. But yeah, I'm off. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, maybe at some point, and hopefully I'll be alright. But if anyone's watched this much of it in the replay, then there is a link in the description below. You can buy some merch. You can tip to support the channel if you choose to via Streamlabs. Any messages will be read out, and yeah. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up, give us that like, and hit the subscribe button while you're at it. And select all the notification bell if you want to be notified of any upcoming content. Until next time, guys, take care, stay safe, made a